Alright, what's going on, guys? Day is finally here. Package from Wiring Specialties came in. I'm going to start out with a little unboxing video and then go out there and install it. Hopefully we can get it started up today. I don't know. That's the idea. But you know how that goes. There's always something more that I didn't do that I have to do. But first, I'm going to pop this bad boy open. See how it looks, first impressions, packaging and everything. Looks like it's all bubble wrapped in there pretty well. Looks like the first thing, let's see if I can figure out how to open it, is CAN bus system. Looks really good. A lot of stuff, but I don't know what it is yet. I hope there's some instructions in there. New coolant temp sensor, an adapter. Oh, that looks really good. I actually got my ECU. It looks like they just cleaned it up a little bit. Threw a couple of their stickers on there. I don't know if you can see that, but I don't know, it just looks like my factory ECU. But what they did was they tuned out the VAS system, which is the vehicle anti-theft. And if you don't do that, obviously the vehicle won't start. I'm guessing this is the actual wiring harness itself, so I really want to be careful while I'm opening that. Give you a lot of stickers. They're falling everywhere. This just looks like a pamphlet on all their products. More stickers. This looks like a yes, Wiring Specialties 350Z guide. I was hoping this was going to be included because wiring is not my specialty. And they're detailed instructions. I'm really excited about that. Got a little box in here, O2 sensor kit. You know what O2 sensors look like. Here's the moment we've all been waiting for. The whole wiring harness. Man, this thing looks good. It looks really confusing, but I'm sure that all of that is going to tell me what to do. At least I'm hoping. All the way up to the OBD2 port, so I'm really hoping that I can like scan codes and stuff, or even like everybody goes to AutoZone, like what's my code. Really hoping I can still do that kind of stuff. I'm going to lay this all out and give you guys a few extra videos of what it looks like. All this stuff looks like it's really good quality. I assume these are the O2 sensor wires and everything. The new coolant temp gauge, that looks really good even with the adapter. I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to work for a GM dealer, so I know that AC Delco is all the like factory GM stuff, so I think it's pretty cool that they actually got that. And then we've got the O2 sensors that, I mean, they look like O2 sensors. I don't know if there's anything special about these, but everything looks really good. I like how all the wiring's wrapped. I think it'll look really good in the bay, but I don't know. I'm excited to get it on there. I know you guys are excited to see this video, so I'm not gonna hold you up too much longer. Let's get to it. Now, the next thing that Wiring Specialties told me to do, I just got off the phone with them, was start out with the like throttle position sensor, the MAF, things in the front of the engine, move over to the stuff on the driver's side of the engine and on the top and stuff, down on the alternator and everything, and then over here to the passenger side. Then go inside and do the stuff in the cabin. They said that'll be the easiest way to do it. It'll keep everything nice and neat in the engine bay. They also recommended to put some slack and give yourself some slack on all the cables. And then the last thing they told me was there are some braided lines on there that are like fiberglass, and then there are braided lines that aren't fiberglass. The fiberglass lines, he said, they just could take a bunch of heat. Don't worry about those around the exhaust. The other lines don't take a whole lot of heat, so make sure that you keep those off the engine, or off the like manifolds, or the, if you're running a turbo, it'd be the manifolds. The headers if you're not running a turbo. So try to keep it off of there. I'm gonna keep on going. I'm gonna start with the front of the engine, kind of drape it across there, start plugging things in. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is kind of drape it over the engine, get everything in the correct general area. Then I'll start plugging things in once it's all somewhat in the right place. I'll kind of set it up there for now. What's really nice about all this is it's all labeled. Idle air, reverse lockout, that's obviously going to go to the back. This is all like TPS, all that stuff's up front here. So I'm going to go ahead and position this more like that. That's obviously for my alternator ground. There's the crank. Put all that back here. Might as well start plugging these in, right? Start with, that goes down to my alternator. Feed that down in there. Just set it there for now. IAT, idle air. First thing's plugged in. Next thing, MAF. Plugged in. TPS. Plugged in. Don't know what that goes to yet. Alright, I've decided I'm going to kind of do the plug-ins, try to show you where I routed them. It's pretty self-explanatory, but all the plugs are really good. They've got these like rubber ends on them. I love them. It's going to make a really tight, watertight fit. I'm going to run everything, try to make it look as pretty as I can for now. But still at the same time, I'm just kind of trying to get everything hooked up and then try to start the engine at some point today. Until then, I'll see you in a minute. Time to put in the fluids. Finally. No, I'm not going to use a funnel. Probably should have used a funnel. Alright guys, it's a new day actually. I worked on this thing until like 2 o'clock last night and realized that I'd never ran a wire from the battery to the starter direct. I worked on it for hours trying to get this thing to turn over. That was all it was. But I got everything hooked in. I'm missing a couple little sensors and stuff, but nothing that shouldn't make it start. Got like, there's throttle body, idle air, MAF all hooked in, the brand new coolant temp sensor. I really like the way that they routed everything. Everything was super easy on the wiring harness to hook up. I had no problems at all. Even everything back to the transmission was all really easy to do. never had any trouble hooking anything in. But that being said, it is now time to try and start it up for the first time. Pretty nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what else to say. Let's try it. Obviously don't have the radiator or anything hooked up, so I'm not gonna run it for very long. If it does fire, I don't even know if it's gonna fire. Let's just go ahead and try it. I can't believe how well it started. I mean, it didn't even hesitate. Just as soon as I bumped the key, it started right up. I think that says a lot for the Wiring Specialties harness too. But I also want to point out that those wrenches that you've heard falling were over there sitting on top of that brown wooden bench right there, about 10-15 feet away from the car.